I'm Yosh Nakano, and welcome to my podcast, Heads Up with Yosh. Today, I have a very special guest, Miguel Nunez Jr. He was the star of Juana Man. He's on the current hit called The Family Business. And we go back, way back to the 80s when we were both mutual friends of Jerry Buss at the Forum. This is Miguel Nunez Jr. Cheers.
Cheers, Yosh. Listen, guys, I've known this guy for so freaking long. And from the day I met you, I got to say, you were one of the nicest, coolest, calmest guy. But you got to remember, guys, when I first met Yosh was like this poker dude. He was like this, what you call it, emissary from poker. Because Dr. Buss, we're both friends of Dr. Buss, really, really close friends of the late Dr. Jerry Buss, who was like my mentor, my best friend, like my father. He was everything to me because, I grew up, I never knew my father, but Jerry just took me under his wing, and that's why I have 7 championship rings and still go to
You
the
got
game.
7?
Yeah.
Wow.
But Jeannie she honors that, and she was so kind and made sure I am at 2020 and still treats me like family. Any game I want to go to, everything. It was amazing knowing him, experiencing him, and the life we live with Dr. Buss.
No,
It was just
it
fast
was a
track.
phenomenal world for us.
Phenomenal world.
Without a doubt. So, why don't you tell me how you first got involved with Jerry? You told me you were selling Senate seats, I think.
Yeah, well, I always went to the games, and I was looking at Forum Club, and the Forum Club was this private club that Dr. Buss owned, and inside the Forum where all the players would go before the game, definitely after the game, and all the celebrities would go after the game, and it wasn't so big, so everybody couldn't get in there. And then before the games, you would go and then have dinner and stuff at the bar. I would always get in there, but then there was this little private area with Dr. Buss, and they had back then, first guard, they had a guy there. So I would be looking, they were like, you can't come in here.
Security guard.
Yeah, you can't come in here. Oh, and I would just look through the thing, and I would see all those celebrities there, and I was like, wow. So I met Ola Ray.
Are you talking about the Forum Club section where they had their dinner table?
Yes, that section, because you couldn't just walk in there.
Right.
And I met Ola Ray, who was the girl in Michael Jackson's video, Thriller video. And she was a Playboy bunny, and she was dating Jerry.
Okay.
We became friends because she lives under me in the apartment building. So I was like, she was like, we became friends. She said, I'm gonna bring you to the game. I was like, I'm with Dr. Buss, and I'm gonna be at his table. I was like, what? So she brought me in. As she went in, he went, stop me still. You can't come in here. So after a while, they said, why don't you get a job? I could talk to Dr. Buss to get you a job. And I was like, really? You can sell season seats? I said, okay. I figured maybe I can get in that way. So I started selling season seats. And I actually started selling seats because as an actor, I would get regular jobs and I would end up having to quit. I get fired after about a year because I get a page. I got an audition on Monday. Oh, got a page. I got a call back on Wednesday. Oh, got a page. They want to see you again on Thursday for the final callback. So eventually I would get said, season seat salesman for the Lakers, you make your own hours. You make your own hours. I was like, that's good. Then I won't get fired. So I started selling seats. And when I was in that room, the season seat salesman supervisor said, oh, by the way, whoever the #1 season seat salesman for the end of the week, get to go to the Laker game, get 2 tickets, and sit at the dinner table with Dr. Buss.
Is that season seats or Senate seats?
Season seats, period.
Oh, season seats.
The #1 season seat salesman. And when I heard that, I'm like, okay, stop the pressures. There is no way on God's earth, and that shows you put your mind to something. Ain't no way on God's earth anybody in this room is ever going to sit in that seat, those 2 seats assigned for the winner of this thing, as long as I'm working here. And from that point on, I won for 3 months in a row.
Okay.
Every week. And
Right.
every time I went to the game, I took a different pretty girl. After a while, my seat was way down there. The last 2 seats on the end by when you come in was the 2 for the Senate seat.
Yeah.
After a while, I saw Jerry about 3 games later. I saw Jerry go. And to somebody, they go, I know that what they were saying was, who is that guy? After a while, my seat went from there to right in front of Dr. Buss.
Okay. I know you can sell anything. I know
Yes,
how
I can sell
persuasive you can be.
longevity.
Yes. But you've got to admit, selling Lakers season tickets were not a tough sell.
Listen to me. They sold themselves. It was the hottest ticket in town. You're right.
You just have to find the people
You're
that
right.
had the money to buy it.
And here's the thing. Because I was hanging out with Dr. Buss, it was easier for me because, like, for instance, I sold Barry Gordy, like, And people, Jerry Buss was the first one that came up with this. It was called a Senate seat. They were like $35,000 for the whole year. People like, everybody gonna pay $35,000. The NBA, other owners of the NBA was like, nobody's gonna pay a doctor. That man is crazy. They thought Jerry Buss was crazy. But what it was, you buy this seat and they get a plaque with your name on the seat. And that seat was yours for every event that place opened. Rodeo, the circus, concerts, hockey, Laker games, anything that was your seat, and you had 2 seats for every single event that Staples Center had for that year. The Forum had for that year. Not just the Laker games, the Forum, because he owned the Forum too.
Yeah,
so he was able to do that.
I owned center seats.
Did you?
Yes, I owned center seats for a few years, and then I gave them up and just got season tickets.
Well, of course. You didn't need to. See, he had center seats, didn't even need to, because Dr. Buss was best friend. He could have gave him anything.
But those center seats, there was a lot of work giving those tickets away, because it was like volleyball, those volleyball during the summer. It was tough to give it away.
No, but see, that's why most of the people who got those seats were business people, because during those games, they gave them away to employees.
Right.
They gave them away to employees. You give them away as incentives. You give them away the circus tickets, incentives. The hockey games, those were hot back then. Back then, the hockey games were just as hot as the Lakers.
No, because are you talking about when Bruce McNall bought the Kings?
No, before that.
Yeah, before that.
Yeah.
Well, when he bought the Kings is when he brought Gretzky.
Yeah.
And then it was a huge event.
Yeah, it was big. It was huge. I remember it's so funny. I ran into Bruce, Wayne Gretzky, his wife. I was in Vegas at a poker table. And I'm playing poker. She's looking at me and I'm looking at me. And she goes, Miguel? I said, hey. And I said, where's Wayne? She said, over there. And he was waving. He was at another hit playing. She said, can I tell you something? I said, yeah. And I hope you're out there, because she's still beautiful. And I love you, Wayne. She said, you remember this? She said, one day you walked in, and I didn't remember until she told me. She said, you walked up to me in the Forum Club and you said, hey, I have 2 people that want to meet you, Bruce Willis or Wayne Gretzky. Who do you want to meet? And she said, I said, Wayne Gretzky. She said, you went out this side door and came back with Wayne Gretzky by the hand, set him down next to me, and we've been together ever since.
So you introduced her
Wayne Gretzky to
Wayne Gretzky? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She
said you brought. Story. Yeah. She said
she
you
was an actress.
Yes.
And you're an actor.
She said you brought him and set him down, and we've been together ever since. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that is a very interesting story.
Yeah. But those were the days, man. It was really good, and Yosh was a serious poker player. Matter of fact, we're gonna play tonight. If you ever want to play. Tell them where we can play. We're gonna get a poker tournament together too, right?
We are.
Yes, we're gonna get a big celebrity poker tournament.
We're gonna do the Celebrity Poker Gala Season 3.
Yes.
And you're going to be one of the executive producers.
And the host.
And the player.
And the player.
And
the winner.
You're always a player.
I always win, so don't think it's fixed, because I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember. Well, you probably do, but when I met you at the Forum Club, it was because we were playing poker in the conference room. That's where Jerry liked to play poker.
Yep, in the conference
room.
After
the Laker game.
Everything
you were there,
in the conference room.
And he wouldn't let you play because he said you didn't know a 7 from a deuce or ace from a deuce, whatever he said.
I know. He said something like that. No, because I didn't, because I didn't know. He meant I didn't know how to play poker. I know what a 7 deuce, but he just meant I didn't know nothing about poker. And I didn't.
And he wasn't going to let you play.
He wasn't going to let me go and play and lose money, because he know me. I'm ready. Anything I do, I jump right into it. I jump right. Anything I do, I jump right into it.
Right.
So he knows me.
Yeah.
I mean, I jump into a hang glide, and I don't care. I'm jumping off the mountain. If I fall, I get hurt. I'm gonna get up. Anything I did, I jump right into it. He knows me. And back then I was rolling, so I would have been like, how much? 50? Okay, how much? And he knows me.
Yeah. Well, somewhere along the way, your poker skills improved.
Online. I started playing. Listen, I played in probably
part of the century.
I probably played in 50 games with over 1,500 people from all around the world. I've came in first about 20 times, second or third. I come in first, second, third, or fourth every time. And I won so many times. And I got them all on tape. But I beat one guy so bad, he told me one time, he said, and I go by Fike High. Oh, I should have said that, because they don't know. Anyway, because that's my high school I grew up with. And he says, and it was a hand, and I just fucking felt it, man. Oh, excuse me. I just felt it. I felt it. And I called him where mostly people wouldn't, but I just felt it. I knew it was coming. And I called him, bam, it hit. And he said, I hate your guts spike high. I hope you catch cancer and die.
People do take poker
they take
a
it
little too seriously.
No, but here's the thing. I talk a lot.
It is a game after all.
It is a game, but I talk a lot of shit. And poker's about.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, poker's is about respect. And you ain't supposed to do the shit. I'd be like, yeah. You ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah, but some things you have to take in stride.
Yeah, exactly. But I know I got what his point. I didn't get mad or nothing. I just laughed. And I'm sure he didn't mean it that way. But
so, you know, a lot of people are not familiar with the Seven Dwarfs.
No.
In fact, I never heard of it until I was doing some reading on you, and you said you were a member of the Seven Dwarfs. So tell me about the Seven Dwarfs.
Well, Dr. Bus there was me, Rockwell, and then I brought in my friend Lance and Mark and Brian and John Rockwell, and we were kind of like his little, basically, it was the same thing as crew. We were
Same thing as what?
His crew.
Oh, his crew.
Yeah, like when you see Tupac or whoever, they're going to be running with their crew. It's going to be the same 5 guys pretty much. So they call that's his crew. When you see these guys, you know who they hang with. Oh, that's his crew. That's the same thing. But then they called them the Seven Dwarfs because it started for some writer. He was like, you guys are so funny. You're like really grumpy. One of them, Mark, remember, it's like, you're Mark's grumpy and you're happy all the time. And it was me and you're this. So they said, and I can't think of the guy's name. He wrote it in an article. He was a famous sports writer. And he wrote it. What's his name?
Well, there was, I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, but he wrote it in a sports article and then it took off. So
but there was 2 brothers that I never met. And I met you in 1980.
You talking about David Rockwell and David
John,
Wilder.
What?
David Wilder and his brother Ron Wilder.
Okay, yeah, those 2 I never met.
Well, David Wilder was an agent.
A sports agent?
No, an entertainer. He was my acting agent. He was the one who got me started in the business. He was the first agent I ever went to.
Yeah.
And that's why he would always come with all those girls. It was all clients.
I see.
So David Wilder and Ron Wilder was his brother. He was Jerry's driver. Ron was the driver.
Really?
Yeah. Ron Wilder and David Wilder. I always wondered what happened to David. Good guy.
I never met them.
Yeah.
You know, they were gone by
they was gone. Yes, yeah.
Anyway, and the term Seven Dwarfs was gone. I mean, like, I never heard it until just like last year or something when I was doing some research on you and it said something about Seven Dwarfs.
And you were like, what the hell is Seven Dwarfs? Was I one? Which one was I? No, you would have been the OG dwarf. You would have been an original.
Yeah, well, I was, you know, not part of.
No, but you weren't part of a crew, but you were part of Jerry's. There was a regular group of close associates.
Entourage, they're called now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Entourage.
Right, certain entourage, and you were that. And they were like, "Where's that guy right there? That's yours. Who is he? That's a poker guy. Poker. Yeah, poker."
But you know how I first met Jerry. I met Frank in the summer of '87 and played poker with him extensively. And Gabe Kaplan was a good friend of his, and they used to invite me to Gabe's home game. And
Gabe, is he? What happened to Gabe? Is he dead? Did he die?
No, he's fine. He's good. Yeah, he's.
He got to be 9,000 right now. Gabe Kaplan was on the Welcome Back Kotter TV show. He was a very famous person, Gabe Kaplan. But he left that acting and went into poker.
I went to a sitting. I think it's called a sitting when you write a script and you have
reading,
reading, yeah. And anyway, he wrote something about his youth when he was a teenager. It was very.
Is it recent?
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
But it was very good. You know, Gabe is a very good writer.
Oh no, he became a good writer. I just it's weird because I've heard nothing from him.
You know, he created Welcome Back Kotter.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he created it.
Yeah, he created it. It was his idea.
Oh, then he got money. He just rolled off onto the pasture.
Well, back in the day, it was a lot of money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He told me he was making $75,000 an episode. This is in the '70s, and whenever he did Vegas, he got $150,000 for the week.
And that was back in the '70s. That was in the '70s. That was like 150,000, maybe like $500,000. Yeah. 75,000 was like 150,000 back then. Yeah.
So no, he's a very smart guy, very creative guy.
Yeah, he's a genius. Genius.
And anyway, so I was playing poker at Frank's, or actually at Gabe's house, through '87, and then I met Jerry in early 1988. He finally came to the bicycle club, and because he only played Hold'em, no low ball, the main game used to be half Hold'em, half low ball. But because he only played Hold'em, we had a Hold'em game. And Jerry's standard operating procedure was to go around the table and introduce himself to every person that he didn't know. I mean, he's always done it. In 20 years, he always did it.
Was that a strategy or just his niceness?
No,
and
that's
kindness?
because
Okay,
he
all right.
wants, he's a people person.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he
He's
is.
a
I know.
people person.
I know that, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was the
Yeah,
only
no,
reason he
no,
did it,
no.
Miguel. I thought he was
No,
doing
he's not that
cunning.
conniving.
Yeah.
He's just
No,
that's
but
his
it's not. But
personality,
yeah, but
So he goes around the table and gets to me, and he says, I say to him, hi, Jerry, I'm Yosh, and I'm a friend of Frank's. And so he says, well, any friend of Frank's is a friend of mine. So the next time we play, he did some research on me, and apparently he knew that I was a pretty good poker player, to say back in the day. And so he invites me to dinner at the Forum Club. Things and sets up tickets and everything. He has these secretaries, and I don't know which one called me, Charlene, something probably.
Charlene, probably. Rosemary.
Yeah. No, it was
Charlene.
Rosemary was Frank's.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, I get tickets set up. I go, and
In the beginning,
I'm late.
she was Jerry's.
Oh, was he? Oh,
He turned her
anyway,
over to
okay.
Frank, and when Charlene, he got Charlene.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I was late, and when I get there, it's just Jerry at the head of his table with two girls with a girl on each side of him. And I'm thinking, wow, it's like a throne, That's
Nobody else at the table?
Nobody. It was late. It was after the game had started.
Oh, what?
It was after the game had started. And
Oh, yeah.
Jerry's-
Jerry always go out last. He always go out late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he's there at the table, and nobody else is there. And he says, Yosh, you're late. I said, yeah, Jerry, I'm sorry. I was stuck in a poker game. You know how it goes. And there was traffic. And he says, welcome to my kingdom. And you, pointing to me, said, you have the keys to my kingdom. Now, that blew me away. I'm thinking, wow.
That was the first time you went.
That was the first time I went to the Forum, late for dinner. This is how he said.
And that was a hell of a kingdom too.
Yeah,
boy,
it was
right?
a great
Damn,
kingdom.
that was the kingdom of all. That was the
But
kingdom
can you
come.
imagine? But can you imagine? Here's the owner of the championship Lakers.
You
this
and his thing, he says, you have the kingdom. That's
Oh.
like me going to my favorite team is like Kansas City, going in the locker room and the owner saying, you have the keys to the kingdom. What, excuse me? It had to be like,
And for truthfully, I don't even know, but we're like something, some friendship we maintained, through
years.
decades.
He loved you. He
decades.
respected you. Everything he's ever said about you, you were always there. I'm sure after that, the first time, you were always invited because I'm sure you probably know that.
Yes, but I never took advantage.
No.
of
Well,
his-
you came a lot, though. You came a lot.
Well, yeah, but I was invited.
Well, yeah,
He wanted me to
no.
come,
I'm just saying, you came a lot, but you do know you could have came more. You're just not one of those people that take advantage.
No, but I had my own seats. I had
know.
my own season
I know.
seats, so
Yeah.
I was at my own seat.
And that was the respect you gave, because you could have probably got tickets from Jerry anytime, but you went out and bought the most expensive seat in the whole house and didn't need them. I think that was respect.
And another thing that he said to me was, there was something that was hard to believe. It was incredible. I said to Jerry, you may not believe this. And I don't even remember the exact story. I said, you may not believe this. And he said, Yosh, I've known you for 20 years, over 20 years. I said, in all that time, you never ever lied to me. So why should I not believe you now? And Jerry was
That
very
was
good with
very.
that logic.
I was going to say he was so logical about all of this thing.
Very clear cut, and
Very
he
genius.
never spoke without thinking first. He
And he-
always thought first. Before he
Absolutely.
came up
And
with
what
an
he
answer.
said always had a deeper meaning every single time. He would say things to me that people had said to me my whole life, but he would have a different slant on. And then I'd be like, when he walk around, I'm like, that's what they were trying to say all this time. Oh, then that's what they were saying when they said this. Oh, that's what they meant when they said that. He had just this deeper, he had a way to connect with people on the level that they were to make them understand something without sounding like he was preaching, without sounding like he was coming down, or not sounding like he was criticizing you. But it was a way that motivated you and uplifted you, that somebody really cares and made you want to do better. Not instead of coming at you, I can't even explain it the way he was. It was just like a mentor, a teacher, a philosopher, a professor, but that you knew wasn't just teaching. They were teaching because they cared about you, and it was out of love. And that's the thing Jerry did. I've seen Jerry sit and people don't know that when he was in the box, there were people that were sitting next to the box because he set up way up, so it was like the cheap seats. There were families that would sit up there and they would come up, and remember Jerry always had that big guy standing right there like this in the box. He said, no, it's okay. And they would come in and sit down next to Jerry on the steps. I was always sitting there on the step. And they were like, okay, here, now, this is my son. They wave at him. And Jerry would look over there and there'd be a kid. She'd say, and he got 8 A's. Well, okay, he got to be here in the city in the AA talking about their report cards. And at least 10 that I know of personally. And she would say, okay, Jerry would say this, bring this up to A, get these up today, bring it to me the rest of this year. If he gets straight A's at the end of the year, I would give him scholarship. He said so many kids, and they couldn't tell people about it. He didn't want us to brag about it. He sent so many kids. If they really showed.
I've heard that from you. I've heard that from other people, and I've heard from Doug. I actually didn't know myself personally, but
Oh, I did. I was right there.
Yeah, well, you were right in the middle of it all. But no, I knew there was a great quality about Jerry.
And Jeannie has that same quality, bro. She is the nicest, sweetest angel, so freaking smart in the ways of sport, and then also in Jerry's ways, making the right decisions. Look what she done. We got a championship under her. I mean, I just think she's the best representation of JB right now in every aspect. She's so smart. She's so beautiful. She smiles. Everything about her is JB coming through.
Well, yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but I think I actually don't even know. I might be out of turn, but I think there's turmoil among the Bus siblings. I think.
I mean,
based on what I've read in the news, I don't know.
Listen, I've heard rumblings of that. It doesn't matter. They're going to be turmoil. They're family. Now, if you say there's turmoil in business, you want to know what this business first. Family's going to have turmoil anyway. It doesn't matter. Jerry anticipated there would be turmoil. And that's why he left her in charge and her word to be fine. You can't have everybody in charge. It will automatically be turmoil. And everybody's going to not have the same opinion or decision about what they think you should do. That's why you have a person in charge. Because if you don't have one person in charge and everybody think their opinion is supposed to matter and they're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that, it's going to create turmoil. That's why Dr. Bus was smart. You cannot have everybody in charge. At some point, even if you disagree, I disagree with you, even if I give you my point and you disagree with me, it's still supposed to go on united. There shouldn't be any turmoil. There could be disagreements. I can disagree with you, and I can disagree with this, and that was my opinion, and I could be upset that you didn't take my opinion, and I was there. So it doesn't matter. We're doing great. The Lakers are going great, so whoever was making the final decision has been doing shit right. So the bottom line is, I think that I think it's not the type of turmoil that, businesses where you got executives that are fighting. It's family shit.
Sooner or later, it comes down to family.
It's family shit. And I know Jeannie loves every one of her brothers. Every one of her brothers loves her. I talked to John Bus just the other day. Called me. Talked to John. Yeah, Jim is an awesome, 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 awesome person. I love Jim. Jim was always, you know, we were tight. He ran with us
Yeah, I
tight.
know Jim very well.
Yeah, I love Jim. He's a great
So
person.
is Jimmy and Jeannie good?
Yeah, they're all good.
Oh,
They're all
good.
good.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
they're
to hear
all
that.
good. Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
you know,
always
there's
good.
always stuff because you know I was supposed to do this and you let me do that. Now that's family shit. That's family shit. Jim is one of the nicest, sweetest, coolest guys ever on this planet. No matter what anybody might say, that he is the nicest, cool. And hey, listen, he was there with Jerry. He was learning too, and that's the bottom line. But bottom line is, think that's family, internal family shit. So that's nobody should put anything on it.
Well, that's good.
It's
I'm
all
glad
about
to hear
love,
that.
and they love each other, and it's all about love. I can disagree with you. Hey, you know what? Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Because I would have did this, and I would have did that, and I would have did this. And then if she would have said, okay, we're gonna do that, and it didn't work, what happens? It doesn't matter, you know. You just keep doing it and just see what works, and that's where it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, brother,
they're all in great hands.
they're all in great hands. This is to you, Dr. Bus. We love you.
His legacy.
Your legacy will continue forever. And I think they should have a statue downtown. They got Magic, they got Crayon. They should have one in JV. At least a bust.
Absolutely.
At least a bust. Don't even have to be a statue. It could be a bust of
Listen,
Dr. Bus.
they've got one for Chick Hearns.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, the
Right.
main
So, I
guy.
mean,
the
like,
man who brought every single one of those people that you have a statue of together.
You know, you and I are involved in doing a documentary, Friends of Jerry Buss. And one of the reasons I want to do this documentary is, what Jerry and Frank brought to this town with the championship Lakers. Championship Lakers. They weren't championship Lakers before they came and bought the team. And they deserve more than a parody. I mean, everything that they brought.
They really should. There should be some sports something for them. But it's going to all depend on, Jeannie knows what Jerry wanted, because Jerry was a very private person. Very, very private person. Jerry liked his stuff to be done without any gratitude like he did with the college thing. Jerry was very big on that. So I think the only person who can really make that decision, because Jerry wants certain things and certain things he may not have wanted. So that's the tricky part of that, because I really would like to see a bust of him, but I don't know if that would be something he would. Jerry was so private.
No, but the city.
The city should do something.
The city wants
because Jerry changed this freaking. Jerry made this a championship city with the Lakers. Championship
Lakers
city.
play for championships.
Bottom line. Well, guys.
So
you heard it here first.
Jeannie knows that, and that's what she's trying to do. It's not easy.
Yep.
Because actually, Jerry's the one that structured the NBA so it, have parity, but they have to find a way through it.
Yeah, they will. Jeannie is so smart. I trust her with every fiber of my being, because she's done such a wonderful job. Think about it. We were at one point, everybody was like, Lakers are done. Boom, next thing we get a champion. Boom, boom, boom. I don't care what it is. The same shit is happening that happened West Coast. We're always in it, baby. And we're going to always be in it.
So let's talk about your career.
Right now, I am doing Family Business. We're doing the 5th season. It was on BET. It's still on BET. It's also on Netflix, and it's called The Family Business. We're shooting our 5th season, and it's the gangster show. And I play
5th season, huh?
Yeah, and I play a criminal attorney. Well, not criminal attorney, business attorney, but with a wee bit of criminality.
Yeah, and
it's really good. And we maybe
you play. When I was in college, my aunt, who was dean of education at University of Hawaii, asked me what I was planning to do. I said I was thinking of going to law school, and she said, "You're not going to be a shyster lawyer, are you?"
Because you said, no, I'm not going to be a defense attorney. That's what you said.
The defense attorney is a shyster lawyer?
My thing is this. I mean, like, for instance, I look at people like Casey Anthony and had the baby in the car driving around going to parties, and every time, and you got a guy that killed 90,000 people and 200 people and stabbed his wife and shot his children, and every time you got some lawyer going, you know what? I believe him. I believe him. Because he's his defense attorney. And how can you say this? How can you say it? I mean, everybody got to have somebody to defend them. I get it, but these lawyers don't. I think they're shyster. That's why it's so easy to play this guy.
Well, you know, I actually have a pretty good understanding of lawyers, and law is not about right or wrong.
Nope.
It's about the law, and it's about what you can prove and what you can't prove.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be about. But what law is turned into is they don't care if right or wrong. They don't care if you're guilty or not guilty. They want to find out who is the best person they got of convicting. They don't give a damn if they did it or not. It's about convictions with them. If they got a kid over here, that's why a lot of these things, they keep finding case after case of prosecutorial misconduct, and because they leaving out information, because they tried to test it and found out, well, that his DNA don't match. So then they don't use that DNA. And then the courts will find out later, wait a minute, so y'all tested it and you found out it wasn't, you didn't present that to them. And then they finding out all this prosecutorial misconduct is because they want the conviction. And they know this guy done been in jail 6 times, he done did this, and we can prove that he was at the club. And it's just whoever they can find that they can get these 12 people to believe did it. It has nothing to do whether they did it or not. That's what the law has become now.
Well,
That's what the law has become now.
That's a very cynical.
That's it. It's cynical. That's what it is. That's really what it is. They got every week they let out somebody who's been spent 20 years in jail who didn't do it. 8 years in jail, didn't do it. 5 years in jail, just Google it. And I bet you'll find one a month.
There's quite a few.
Yeah, because they don't care about whether you're guilty or not. They care about if they can convict you. That's what they care about. Period. That's what I think. So that's my opinion. Don't do nothing wrong. Stay on the side path. But anyway.
So that's your current hit.
Yes.
But
my past, I did
what
a
was
lot.
your start?
My start was Tour of Duty. It was a Vietnam show on CBS. That was the first TV show I've ever done. 1987, the best TV show I've ever done. It was about Vietnam, and we were a platoon in Vietnam. And it meant something. It wasn't just about entertainment, which was a big hit. It's still on right now to this day.
Yeah, I just saw that somewhere that it was on.
Yeah, I watch it. It comes on 2 hours on, I can't think of the name of the channel now. 2 hours every Saturday, 5 and 6 o'clock. 1 hour drama.
And
Joanna, man. So we're going to be doing another one of those this year as well.
But you know, at the time when I met you and knew you, I didn't realize you were a working actor. You know, that I never realized it.
Well, see, when I first started working for them, I was doing little bitty stuff, and nobody really knew I was that, because it was just doing little stuff, and it started to take off and take off and take off. But I was on tour duty during the Lakers thing, later on during the Lakers thing, because even when I first started, they hated me over there. They were telling me, all the people that were around him, I've seen people like you just come in here and want to use Jerry. You'll be out of here in no time. Did
Jerry get you into that show?
No, none of that.
Did on your own?
He was the proudest guy on the biggest fan in the history, was my biggest fan. And he always said it's going to happen for you. I remember I was like, Jerry, where we going to go tonight? He was like, wait, don't you have an audition thing tomorrow? Yeah, well, no, you're not going. Make sure I had to go to audition, that kind of stuff.
And then tour duty ended when?
87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 92.
92. And then what did you do after 92?
Oh, gosh. I've done a 1,000 movies since there.
Oh, yeah?
I went into Street Fighters, Scooby-Doo, Friday 13th, Return of the Living Dead, Harlem Nights, Action Jackson, and it just started going and going and going.
So, you know, Juana Man is, a lot of people remember Juana Man. It's kind of like a cult movie.
It's a cult movie. It's a cult classic.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It really is. God, wish JB would have been alive to see that. He would have loved it. He would have showed it every single time somebody came to his house.
And now, last 5 years, you've been on the Family Business.
Yep, Family Business.
Which I watched a few episodes, and it's
good.
It's interesting. I guess I should say interesting.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It don't take that much reasoning, y'all.
Huh?
It don't take that much thinking. It's it ain't all that. It's good.
Right. No, I get that, but it's about a genre I'm not that familiar with.
Oh no, you would know nothing about that drama.
Yeah.
No.
It's like
drugs, murder, manipulation, crime. It's dope. Like I said, I play a shyster lawyer. I actually had to kill my own my own father in this.
You have to kill your own father? Well, I don't know.
That's because he had my half brother screw my wife.
Your half brother
Screwed my wife.
screws your wife.
My father, I got my father and his father the same, but we got different moms.
Oh.
But he had him screw my wife. I found out about it, so I blew his head off. Well, it's kind of lawyer. I'm gonna win your case, or I'm gonna end your case.
You know, these writers.
I'm gonna win your case, or I'm gonna end your case. That's the bottom line. Okay, all right. Well, it's been a real pleasure, man. You know I love you, and anytime you want me to come back, I'll be back, man. Just keep going over these old times. Me and you and Rockwell, Lance, and Mark should do this one day.